Oh man. So, today has been a day, man. I had to go in at 3 in the morning to get caught up. And I sure could use a nap. It's almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But, love you guys so much that I'm going to throw some lead down range, right? The only thing better than getting a nap is throwing lead down range. So, I need to do this before school ends, and I'll post this up later. But I got to get down there because it's a little hard to get down to the range when you're watching a 6-year-old. So, when he gets here, we go down there. We're going to put 200 rounds of this UMC, which is not recommended by Hi-Point. This aluminum case Independence, which, you know, I'm not sure about. I mean, people take questions. I see a lot of people asking online and forums and stuff, you know, about aluminum case. And then the dreaded Tula, which everybody says hiccups all the time, right? Jams like crazy. So we're going to take these 3 questionable ammos to the range and see how that works. Just go through and see how it cycles. I'm not going to really have much time to, you know, we're just going to, just reliability test. We're not going to really have time to take some accurate shots, but we better get moving here. Should be here in a few minutes, and we will see in a little bit how it works out. And, yeah, we'll get back to you with the results. Okay, so let's talk about the steel case, man. I gotta say, I was surprised that I didn't have any issues with this the Tula. I could have bet money that I'd have at least one hiccup, but I didn't. In all fairness, I only took one box of 50 rounds because I was that sure I'd have some issues with it. So I'm going to have to take it back out there. But it didn't give me any issues, me or my brother, any issues. And that really surprised me. So, let's talk about steel here. Steel is going to put more wear on your gun. Yes, there's different types of steel, right? Some steel will be stronger than others. I get that. But the copper and aluminum is going to be softer than steel. That's the way it is, man. Right? Than any type of steel. So, yeah, it'll put a bit more wear on your gun, but you can the savings you make, you can save up on that. You know, it'll pay for itself. You can get parts that, you know, for buying cheap ammo all the time. I guess if you wanted to do that, I wouldn't see an issue with it. You know, your gun, do what you like with it, guys. And if you like, you know, swapping things out, you know, like this buddy of mine with his motorcycle, he breaks down half the time, and half the time he's working on it, he loves it. So, anyway, you know, there is a lacquer on the Tula, but from my understanding, you know, you need a blowtorch to melt it, so it's not gonna, you know, run sitting somewhere hot or in the gun, right? So I don't see an issue with that. Something weird. I did notice sparks I've never seen before when I fired the Tula. It was, I'm not sure what it was. I mean, I've fired shot steel out of rifles, but it's the first time I fired it out of a handgun. I just did it for the video to see how it worked. I'm always shooting brass casing, but it's not the standard flash that I saw. It was, I mean, it looked like sparks coming out of it. I'm not sure if it was the projectile with the barrel. I mean, it's weird. I've never, you know, even Tula was the last thing we fired, and it's the only time I noticed that. Right? We went through, it was 200 rounds of brass, 100 rounds of aluminum, and then just the last 50 rounds of steel, I noticed those weird sparks. I'm not sure what the hell the deal is there. Like I said, I've never seen that before. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. But I did have to say, it didn't have any hiccups like I thought. I could have bet money that I'd have at least, you know, one hiccup with the Tula, but it didn't. It's still not my first choice because of the sparks. I don't know what that is. And I'm assuming it has something to do with the projectile itself. But in SHTF, hell yeah, I'd use it without any feeding problems. It ran like a champ. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised about that. And you know, anyway, that's my report on these ammos. So again, I recommend you take some ammo to the range, run it through your gun, find out what it likes and what it doesn't like, right? And there you go. And if you do the magazine modifications, let it sit for 3 weeks or so. Just over 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. Fully loaded, let it sit. I did it for 2 weeks, and then I had to go out and do this video before school ended. Because it's kind of hard to go to the range when you got a little one, a 6-year-old to watch. So I had to rush off. Anyway, I'll get back to it after a while when I can, and we'll see. All right, you guys, you have a good one.